The junior made it all 52 miles to the finish line at a speed of 5 miles an hour.
Levi Whittaker, are you standing there on your own 2 feet expecting us to believe that some crackpot machine made it that far, that fast, without a horse pulling it?
Believe it or not, it's true. This is the first real motor car I've ever seen.
Give the country boy a thrill, Vanderhoff. Let him sit in your fucking coat.
Be my guest, young man. Just don't tempt the upholstery. Be careful, Levi. Follow the horseless carriage to Vanderhoff, Carnival and Sideshow, where for once and done, you two can sit behind the wheel of a motor car.
I wouldn't follow that metal spider anywhere.
Me neither. My family won't be wasting its money on such tomfoolery. Mine neither. I say the automobile is the devil's tool. Well, I say Miss Vanderhoff ought to take her horseless whatever and her third-rate carnival and skedaddle out of town. What do you say? I think you have a point. Excuse me, ma'am, but as the mayor of this city, and a fine city it is, I must inform you that we have a law prohibiting anything but horse-drawn vehicles from utilizing our public thoroughfares.
That law was made when there weren't any motor cars.
It doesn't matter when a law was made. A law is a law. And a vote for me is a vote for the law.
It's some silly law.
The motor car will never replace the horse. And a vote for me is a vote for the horse.
You can think whatever you want, Mayor. All of you can think whatever you want. But one day soon, real soon, everyone's going to be driving motor cars. And those cars are going to be going at 20 or 30, even 40 miles an hour.
You've been hit by lightning, Levi. You're talking like a fool.
Haven't any of you ever wondered what's over that next hill?
If you're so fired anxious to see what's over yonder, why not walk there? Walking was good enough for my generation.
I'd get blisters.
They're right over there. The horse is good enough for my generation.
Then I'd get blisters on my back.
Hitch the horse.
Anyways, but if I go, I always have seen something. How much do you want from me?
How much money do you have today?
You have precisely $100.
Have it all, Miss Vanderhoff.
Or you can take a better offer, Miss Vanderhoff. Mine.
Why do you want something you just called a bucket of both?
I don't quite know myself, but I do know I'm prepared to pay $400 together. Think, Miss Vanderhoff, what your ramshackle business could become with $400.
I am, Mr. T-Meyer. I'm thinking a lot on it. But I'm selling this motor car for $100 to Mr. Levi Whittaker.
Vanderhoff, you're a fool.
I guess I am. But I've always been on the side of folks who do things for the love of doing them, and not for the sound of coins clinking. That's why I have just one request of you, son. I sold this girl to you for a lot less than I paid for her, and I was glad to do it. But if you or any of your kin are ever looking to sell her again, I'd like you to promise me to do it for love, and not for money.
It's a promise.
Then it's a deal. Mr. Levi T. Whittaker, I never want to see you again as long as I live. And I also want you to know I question the sanity of any man who thinks it's perfectly all right to plunk down his life savings for that.
Well, I question the sanity of any man who thinks it was all right to marry a girl who thinks like you.
Congratulations, Levi. You won this round. But just remember, come the day when you need money, and that day always comes for people like you. I'll be waiting.
Looks like you got yourself a motor car, son.
Looks to me, God's got a dream.
See any?
Any what?
Chicks, babes, women.
Is that what we're looking for?
No, Dewey. We're looking for calculus problems.
I see some over there.
Well, don't look at them.
That's what we're doing, looking for girls.
We're looking for them, not looking at them.
No, we're looking for chicks like you're duck hunting. You gotta be cool.
Yes.
Cool is an attitude, Stewie.
And I suppose you think you got attitude?
I definitely got attitude. I got attitude, and Michael Phelps has got attitude. Me and Michael are definitely two cool dudes.
I know cool. And cool is not Michael. Cool is Sean White.
You wouldn't know cool if it walked up and hit you in the head.
Chicks! Chicks! I see chicks! How about I don't hyperventilate? I always hyperventilate at moments of excitement. If I do hyperventilate, just put a paper sack over my head.
That's definitely what we want. Some loser sitting in the back seat with his head stuck in a paper sack.
Will you idiots please be quiet and let me handle this?
Why should we let you handle it?
Because I'm the only one in this car who's had a date in the last 100 years. Hey, ladies. Looking good.
That's brilliant.
Looking real good.
Definitely brilliant.
Are you guys trying to put us up?
That's the general idea.
Face it, honey. You want me.
What my impolite friend means to say is, would you like a ride?
I don't know where they're going.
Anywhere you're going is where we're going. Definitely.
That was sweet. Lame. But sweet. What do you think? Should we get in the car? They look harmless.
Definitely. We're definitely harmless.
Speak for yourself, moron. You're definitely not harmless.
I'm really harmless.
Okay, we'll get in.
You will?
You get out and we'll get in.
No problem.
I have a bad feeling about it.
Right.
So, ladies, what do we do next?
Next, we drive away. Miles, I was nominated for Miss Fire Prevention Week. So wouldn't you know it, I came in second. So there it was again, a Miss Fire Prevention Week princess. The queen was Cheryl Ann Fogarty, who'd already been Miss Delicious Peach. Some of the girls thought she was just being greedy. There just aren't enough beauty contests to go around. My mama even wrote a letter to the newspaper in protest. She didn't sign it, but of course everyone knew it was her since everyone in Fort Pines, Georgia knows I keep ending up a princess. Now I'm telling you all this so that you'll know how much it means to me to be Miss Family Cobb 1955. It was my Uncle Douglas Eugene who nominated me. He said he'd be proud to have his niece representing his business. So here I am, Miss Quickie Lube. Uncle Douglas Eugene also said how of course he didn't mind putting up the entry fee of $25. After all, blood is thicker than water, even though times have been hard and he's near busted. So of course Mama slipped me the money. I saw her do it. Now I'm telling you all this, like I said, so that you'll know how much it means to me to be standing here tonight on the very cusp of success. I like to say cusp. I like the bite of it. I also like to say it because I've never heard another living soul in Fort Pines say it. I read it in a book. Mama says that's my problem, that I read too much, or that I sometimes wear my glasses in public, or that I'm often seen coming and going from the Fort Pines Public Library. Mama says girls who wear glasses and publicly read are never crown queens. So I asked her, I said, Mama, how am I supposed to find things out if I never read? And she said, you aren't. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. So here I am, on the big night, and I've made it into the top 3. Yes, I have. By sheer pluck and non-stop smiling, I'm one of the last 3 standing. Now it's just Philipina, Nancy Jean, and me. I think my talent impresses judges. I don't sing or give dramatic readings. Actually, the girls who give dramatic readings never win anyway, so I didn't even consider that. But I don't twirl a fire baton either. What I did was pack a suitcase. When I was packing away tonight, I saw Miss Parnell. She's one of the judges and the home economics teacher. Smiling and nodding, and I could tell she was just eating up my packing. It's so home economical. How's the evening gown competition? Mama says the girl with the most flounces always wins. So here I am, flounced within an inch of my life. We've had the leisure clothes competition too. But last year, the Fort Pines City Council passed a law forbidding bathing suits ever to be worn again in a beauty contest. He said they were too revealing. So instead, we just paraded around in halter tops, short shorts, and high heels. Now all that's left is the question. The question. The big question. The question that will reveal if we have the poise, wisdom, and maturity so necessary for riding in that convertible and waving. I already have my answer. I'm either going to say world peace or Helen Keller. If I can get world peace and Helen Keller, I've got it locked up. Come on, Mandy. Smile. Smile big. Mama put Vaseline on my teeth this morning just for the contest and a big blessing. Just will give me 3 laxatives so that my stomach would be flat. So. Here I am, listening and flattened. The question for this year's finalist is, why do you want to drive a family car? Who thought up a sucker of a question like that? I bet it was Uncle Douglas Eugene. He's just the type to think of a stupid question like that. Obvious world peace isn't going to work. I'd like to drive a family car because Helen Keller once said she herself had no loftier ambition, but since she was blind, she had to settle for just riding in a family car. Well, that's no good. Come on, Susan Nellie, Linda, calm down. You can do this. You're smarter than those 2 heifers put together. Miss Phyllis Ann Mumford, representing Chuck's Body and Swap Shop, will go first. Phyllis Ann, a family car. Well, I want to drive a family car because I don't want to drive a family car. I don't even like family cars. I think family cars are clumsy and ugly. And I think the people who drive family cars are clumsy and boring. Did I just say that? Did I really just say that? I didn't just think it, did I? I said it, didn't I? Out loud? Uh-huh. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for having told the truth. Mama, I'm so sorry. Now I've told the truth, all I can say is, I like it. I like telling the truth. I feel wonderful. I feel better than I've ever felt before. I feel free. Miss Susan Nellie Landis, your time is up. Hold on, lady. Until you and my time's up. Because now that I've heard telling the truth, I'm going to go keep driving. First of all, I'd like to say that my Uncle Douglas Eugene, he's sitting right over there, is so stingy that he wouldn't even put up the money for my entry fee. And heaven knows he's got it since he's overcharged every single customer that's walked into his shop. Second, I would like to say that Phyllis Ann Mumford hates kids. Absolutely loathes them. If a kid of hers got so much as a drop of drool on her car, she'd put it up for adoption. And if you haven't already noticed, Nancy Jean Altencloth is dumber than a 2x4. Furthermore, I'd like to tell everyone in this room that I prefer Elvis Presley over Pat Boone. That I don't think girls should have to win a beauty contest to count for something. And that I wear glasses and read books. And most of all, I would like to tell this town, my school, and the entire world that I want to drive a Thunderbird. A baby blue Thunderbird with white interior. I'm just longing to hear the jewel-throated harmony of a tune muffler's twin exhaust. I'm hankering to feel the hills melt beneath the might and glory of that 198 horsepower V8. I crave, yes, I crave, the T-Bird's lightning takeoff, its all-steel body and telescoping steering wheel. I want to go crazy adjusting the 4-way power seats all 4 ways and back again. Go ahead, all of you. Go and drive your great big, pig ugly as sin on Sunday family car. I'm holding out for Thunderbird with its road-ruling trigger torque-go. And I don't care who knows it.
I thought you were hot last night. Last night was just a warm-up. Tonight is definitely chick night.
And I thought last night was definitely the night.
Be quiet, Susan.
Relax, Dewey. We got the car back, didn't we? Everything's cool.
I think I should be in charge tonight. Tonight, I am the mastermind.
How can you be the mastermind? You don't even got a mind to master.
Look who's talking.
Are you calling me dumb?
Oh no, all I'm saying is that there's an emergency, you'd have to look up 911 in the phone book. Chick, I see Chick. Be quiet.
Hey, ladies, you want me now or later? Let's hear a better one.
Watch me and get thrilled. I got a line guaranteed to get chicks into that car.
Most girls are wearing knee socks and saddle shoes and little brown hats.
Maybe they're a singing group.
I have a bad feeling about it.
Sweet deal Sue here. Who can put you in the car of your dreams? Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Liam, it's going to give me grief to buy a used car. It's going to cause me pain, fry my brain, and make my sinuses drain. You are so confused. You see a car, you like a car, but it's too much money. Don't worry. I'll take the list price. I'll take the retail price. I'll take the trade-in. I'll take the transportation costs. I'll take your social security number, your dog's birthday, and I will add them up. I will factor them out and take the remainder of the total. I will subtract the difference. I will divide by 5, and I will reduce. Just please, come in. Please. I got a cat who needs to get neutered and a mother-in-law who needs a tummy tuck. Or what's it the other way around? Anyway, just come in. Please, come in. Okay? Okay. Love going fast, she told me. But racing's more than that. She stopped. Her tongue worked in the inside of her cheek as she tried to explain the joy of racing. Not to me, but to herself. You gotta be skilled, she said finally. You gotta go fast, but you don't win by going fast. You win by controlling that car, by knowing everything that's happening in and with that car, especially in those 4 little places where the rubber meets the road. On that day, she told me how when she was a kid, she could beat every kid in the block, boy or girl, on foot. She told me how when she moved on up to bicycles, the boys would try to knock her down, but she'd get up, get back on, and win that race. My folks wouldn't let me buy a car, she told me. Dad was real funny about stuff like that, what a girl could do. What do you need a car for, he asked me. You aren't going nowhere. So, I helped my brother Soup, his old jumper, and off we'd go looking for trouble. We'd pull up next to some guy at a stoplight, with my brother driving, and get the guy to race us. Then, my brother and I'd switch places. Man, it used to tick those guys off to lose to a girl. She laughed then, squinting into the sun, and I knew she was imagining herself at Indy. And ever after that day, that's where I imagined her too. The first Bill 500 at Indy was in 1911, Mom told me, and the track still measures out the same as it did back then. Still 2.5 miles around, the long straight still 5/8 of a mile, the short one still 1/8, and the turn still 1/4. She stopped again, and when she went on, her voice was low and rough, like she was pulling the words from someplace deep inside. When I was racing, I felt like I was faster than the wind. I felt like just maybe, just for a second or two, I could outrace time. On that fall day, the day of our last adventure, Mom told me about the Mercer. That's what we were going to see, it turns out, the 1912 Mercer raceabout. Finley Robertson Porter built the Mercer, Mom told me. The guy was a genius. The Mercer was a pure wonder of the road. That's what everyone said. It could go like the wind, but it needed a really good driver to bring out its best. Mom didn't say it, but I know she was thinking of herself, and so was I. They didn't make many Mercers, Mom told me. They think there's only 30 left in the whole world. Car collectors, the big rich boys, I read they'll trade 3 Rolls for 1 Mercer. The Mercer is a legend, girl. She shook her head in wonder. And today, I'm finally going to see one, and so are you. A 1912 Mercer raceabout, the best of the best. Her hands were tightening and flexing on the steering wheel, and her eyes were shining. I bet a 1912 raceabout could give one of those modern heats a run for their money. We then drove to what I can only call an old barn, where what I can only call an old elf of a man was standing next to a car covered under a tarp. He had a bald head, pointed ears, and a hunched back. Mom called her Mr. Lipinski, and he called her Miss Rosemary. Well, here it finally is, Miss Rosemary. She said all winks and grins, and Mom smiled and laughed, and they both seemed to glisten in the cold November sunlight. I had the feeling, though I never asked, and Mom never said, that she and this little man had been talking and loving cars for a long time. Maybe clear back to when her own father had tried a couple times somewhere. Mom didn't ask Mr. Lipinski where he got the Mercer. I assumed she'd already knew, and I didn't want to. I wanted to believe that this magical, elusive car had been conjured up by this little elf of a man expressly for Mom. And who's to say it hadn't? Mr. Lipinski pulled off the tarp, and there it was, a spidery-shaped, primitive automobile, all made up of brass and mahogany and gold-striped maroon enamel. It didn't seem to have any bodywork at all, and the accelerator pedal was outside the car, so you had to rest your instep on a brass stirrup. Even I could see the foot brake wouldn't do much, and the handbrake was this great big 3-foot lever that operated just on the rear wheels and probably wouldn't even slow them down unless you put it on hard enough to skid. I looked at the Mercer, and the Mercer looked back at me. It seemed to be saying, "Don't think much of me, do you, kid? But get me on out there, and I will show you something." "Take her out, Miss Rosemary," said Mr. Lipinski with a smile that went from elf ear to elf ear. This is what Mom had been waiting for. She jumped in, patted the seat next to her, and gestured to me. I'll admit it, I was scared. Scared of this car and what Mom might do with it on the open road. But I got in. I wondered how Mom, with most of her strength on, would hold back from the heavy clutch and pull back from the heavy brake lever. But she did. And that's when I realized Mom's strength was all on the inside now. It was a cold ride and a noisy one, and the wind seemed to blow the air right back down our throats, but Mom didn't care, and after a few minutes, neither did I. And I realized that was part of the magic of this car. It made you not care, it made you part of it. The Mercers weren't built for comfort, Mom hollered at me, and I nodded to show her I'd heard. They were built to challenge the driver and every other car on the road. I've never driven anything like it. She drew a breath and coughed and hollered again. It's a dream, girl. Our eyes were tearing from the wind, and our faces getting redder and rawer, but Mom just kept driving and hollering. Back in the old days, in Columbus, Ohio, a guy drove a car just like this one right out
On my farm. You won't give an extension on my loan, and I can't pay the mortgage.
You can these days.
For now, this place is still ours. We can share our supper, what there is of it. Spend the night in our barn.
That's real kind of you.
Folks out to get to help folks. Who else can?
What's going to happen in the comedy week?
Don't know. Belongs to my father's car, Dave. Sometimes of a night, when I can't think for worrying, I come out here and sit in this car, and I feel real close to him. It's almost as if I hear his voice, talking to me about the things he believes in.
You sure keep it looking good.
I did it for Pop. And me too, I guess. If the truth be told, I love this old girl. No, I don't know what's going to happen to her when we leave. Don't really know what's going to happen to the wife and me neither. Loan's not due until tomorrow noon, Mr. T. Meyer. It's with Sucker Land until then.
Calm down, boy. You're as touchy as your father. I'm not here to take anything away from you. I'm here to offer you a way out of this.
I've thought on it and thought on it. There ain't no way out.
Just listen to me. I'm here to make a deal.
The car, Hank. That's what the mayor wants. That's what he's always wanted.
Good morning, Mrs. Woodsucker. And you're absolutely right. I have always desired this car. I used to sit in my father's bank. My bank now. Shoulders bowed, head bent, and I used to dream about all the other places there are in this world. Then, someone from town would show me one of Levi's postcards, and I knew he was where I wanted to be, and he was free.
They won't free him that much. Seems to me he ought to go out himself and get it.
And who are you to suppose anything?
This person trying to find a job.
A hobo?
I reckon.
She's a friend now, Mr. T. Meyer.
Let me tell you, friend, if all men like me,
Important men, you mean?
very important men, just picked up and took off on some silly adventure, where would the world be?
I don't know. But it couldn't be any worse than it is now. So, why don't you take your off and see what happens?
I didn't come here to talk nonsense. I came here to make a deal.
That car is not for sale. Not now, not ever.
You give me the car, Hank, and I'll personally tear up the loan on this farm.
Hank? Do you remember the night you proposed? You took me out here, and you sat me in that car, and you told me all about your family. You told me about the places you'd been. Hiram T. doesn't love this car. He doesn't love anything. He doesn't deserve to have it.
Do we deserve to live the farm? Do we deserve to have to live on the road, like gypsies or obies? Don't you deserve to have a roof over your head, and food on your table, and our baby born in comfort? I'm selling this car.
You can't, Hank. Not for money.
I'm selling it for love. My love for you and for our family. This deal's the one I like, Hiram T. It's the one I'm gonna make. She's yours.
And the farm is yours.
She won't be happy with you, Mr. T. and I don't think she'll make you happy either.
Sorry to disappoint you, Mrs. Whittaker, but a man like me
A very important man.
doesn't have time to care about such sentimental nonsense.
But you do care about being free. You already told us that. And when you sit in your house, the biggest house in town, I bet, and look out your great grand window and see that car, the symbol of old Levi's freedom, I suspect you'll be thinking about how that's the closest you're ever going to get to being free yourself. I also suspect that's why you want it. Am I right?
How dare someone like you presume to talk to me like that?
I'm right. Let me ask you something, Mr. Niemeyer. When you die, what kin of yours are going to care about this car? Or even know what it stands for?
And just what does it stand for?
History, I reckon. Heritage.
History, heritage, and a dream.
You're too poor to dream.
We're too poor to do anything but dream. But that's something you wouldn't know about, because that's something you can't buy away from someone or cheat off of someone. But you've got to have courage enough to find inside. And that's what we have. And that's what we'll pass on to our child. So, Daddy said it's bad word, Daddy said it's bad word, Daddy said it's bad word. Dad, Justin hit me!
It's not!
It's so!
It's not! If you don't be quiet, I'll do it again!
Dad, Daddy kicked me! Did not! You did so, and Daddy said a bad word.
I did not. And if you don't stop your whining, I'll say another one.
Dad, Justin and Janet are making noises!
I can hear that, Jennifer.
I can make car noises.
Me too! I can make car noises too! Dad, you're getting spit all over me!
Cut it out, Jennifer.
You guys are great big buttheads!
This dragster on the strip.
You better put your motor where your mouth is.
Are you challenging me?
You bet I'm challenging you.
Then why don't you cruise that hunk of junk hot rod of yours out onto the strip and get ready to put the pedal to the metal? Because I'm revved. I'm ready. My engine's pumped and my gas tank's primed. It's time to rock and roll.
You're cool.
I'm the coolest, baby. I'm Mad Dog Dad. And Mad Dog Dad ain't scared of nothing. Not blowing a tire, not losing a hubcap, not dead man's curve, not even driving a car full of kids to the lake. But you can tell me, right? Okay, Justin, where are you headed?
Little League.
Lily, check. Janet?
Band practice.
Band practice, check. Jennifer?
Soccer.
Soccer, check.
I'm going to karate.
Karate, check. Who are you? I don't have a kid named Jessica. You are?
She's her neighbor. Her mom drove us to school the other day, so...
Really gross back here.
Hold your nose. Hey, lady, nice turn signal.
Holding my nose, but it fell really, really fell.
My snake got lost back here last week.
Oh,
Maybe it died.
I'm not riding in a car with a dead snake!
Maybe you've ever seen before, because Car Dad is the biggest of them all. See Car Dad spin cars out of control. See Car Dad flip cars over. See Car Dad crash cars right through great, big, scary plate glass windows. See cars that do the daringest, most dangerous, boldest, bravest, baddest, crashingest, smashiest, craziest car stunt of all time. Driving the kids' carpool. Well, keep those eyeballs peeled, because the mall is really, really busy today. And everybody and their uncle is looking for a space. Hey, wait! Is that a space? No. Just one of those stupid little foreign cars that make you think that there's space. But really, there isn't, because they're in it. Drive a stupid little car like that anyhow. Probably one of those smart mouth lawyers trying to show the whole world how rich he is. Hey, there's one! Did you see that? That guy just cut right in front of me. Thanks a lot, you big jerk. Oh yeah? Well, the same to you. Double for you.
What was that word, Dad?
Never mind what word that was.
But I like to learn new words.
Wait till you start driving. You'll learn plenty.
Dad, I have to go to the bathroom. And I mean now.
Hold it, Justin.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
Hey, there's a lady going to her car. We'll just follow her and take her spot. Pretty smart, huh? Old Dad's gonna get the last parking spot on the planet. No, I'm not stalking you, lady. No, I'm not. I'm just following you. No, it's not the same thing. I'm just waiting for you to get your butt out of this mall so I can take your parking spot. So I can have a really fun afternoon with the kids. What do you mean you didn't drive here? Nobody walks to the mall. What are you, a communist?
Dad, if I don't get to the bathroom right now, I'm going to burst all over the seat.
I'm not driving in a car with Shannon. You are the last Jedi Knight. The success of our whole rebellion rests on your shoulders. I pray for your safe return. A kiss for luck, Obi-Wan Dad.
Red leader, do you hear me? We hear you, Obi-Wan. I'm going in, Red leader. Good luck, Obi-Wan Dad. It's all to you, Dad. Obi-Wan Dad pulled back on his X-Wing fighter. He pulled up. He was heading straight to the last parking spot in the last parking lot, in the very heart of the biggest, blackest Death Star of them all, the Mall of America. Use the Force, Obi-Wan Dad. Use the Force. I'm getting closer. I'm closing in. I'm almost there. It's mine! Hey, mister! I was waiting for that spot!
Dad! Justin! Touching me! I hit the road before most folks get out. How do you know what I'm going to do? And who are you anyway? I'm Mrs. John J. Rockefeller. Couldn't you tell? As for who you are, that knapsack is a dead giveaway. I can smell a runaway at 10 feet. I've got a psychic nose. You're crazy as a coot. That's who you are. That's right. I'm also mean as sin and twice as ornery. I don't like dogs, doctors, kids, or soft spring rain. And I don't have any patience for the stupid. So come on, girl, get going, or at least get off the property.
I have a perfect right to sit in that car as long as I want. It belongs to my family. I'm Lorna Whitsacker.
Calm down, I know who you are. And I know the story of that fool car, too. Well, here. Have some breakfast before you go.
Is this poison?
Who do you think you are, Snow White?
Where are you headed?
Who's she? One of the 7 dwarves.
I'm the handyman. You're not from here, are you? I'm from a lot of places.
Are you a hippie?
I don't think so.
claims a Halloween costume. Well, suit yourself, I think hippies are fools.
Hippies are committed to peace, love, and making the world a better place.
Keep your powder dry, I'm not picking on hippies. I think most folks are fools.
As soon as I get to California, I'm gonna make the world a better place.
California? Nothing up there but palm trees and a bunch of skinny people who won't eat meat.
California is a very groovy place. It's filled with very groovy people who groove. Right on. I might even join a commune when I'm there. That would be so cool because then I'd be one of them.
Who?
The groovy people. Because I'm not one of anything here.
Oh, so that's the problem. You're running scared.
I'm not scared. I'm just because here is nowhere. Here is where I've been stuck forever. Oh, 16 years, you mean? How did you know I was 16? What are you, a Russian spy? A secret agent?
I told you. She's dopey.
I'm the gal who listens. Well, listen to this. I have spent 16 years being weird. Ask anyone about me. That's what they'll say. Lorna Whitsacker is a very weird girl. I write poetry, and I make up songs, and I want to go on protest marches. I want to protest to the entire world because it isn't fair the way it is now, as opposed to when it was fair. All right, so maybe it was never fair, but that doesn't mean it should go on being that way. I mean, look at this town. All the rich folks live on one side and have everything, and cheap the poor folks, like me, who live on the other side and don't have squat. So you're running away from being poor and weird. What else is there to do? Stick around. Change this place. Have protest marches here. Me? And who else? You could be enough.
Don't waste your breath. I told you. She's scared.
I am not.
Of course you are. Scared folks are always whining, and it seems to me that's what you do best. Whine about being poor and miserable and getting cheated. But let me tell you something, girl. Everybody gets cheated.
Not the T-Myers.
They cheated themselves. Out of love and out of hope.
Big deal. I came over here this morning to say goodbye to that car and this town and everything that goes with it. Because today is the day that I take off to find it. What it? It. The thing. The person maybe. Or the place. It. The answer to finding me and being happy and getting what to me.
All that artsy stuff. Listen, you little fool, you're running away because you don't like the way things are now, and you're too scared to make them different.
No one said my grandpa Levi was scared when he took off.
That's because he was running to something, not from it. He's chasing a dream, not his tail.
I've heard so many stories about him. When I was a little kid, I'd sneak over here and sit in his car, and then old lady T-Meyer would come up to that window over there, lift back the curtain, and stare out at me with her beady little fat eyes.
And you stare right back.
Oh, so that's here you are.
That's right, I'm old lady T-Meyer, old Hiram's daughter. Think back to when you were little and sitting in this car. How did it make you feel?
Like I was special. I felt like someone.
You still are. Don't let this town, this world, get you down, girl. You're headed the wrong way. You gotta dig inside, down deep, down to the roots. You got good ones. You do that, and I guarantee you'll come out taller. But you gotta pick up whatever it is you find and go with it. Just keep remembering how you felt sitting here in this car and crazy old lady T-Meyer stared at you. You weren't scared of nothing.
The big old world and getting us some chicks.
He's talking to them.
Pointing to the car. They're nodding. They're turning around.
They're heading this way.
They're gorgeous.
Gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to Mimi, Yvette, and Annette. They're foreign students. French foreign students.
Like from France?
Mine like a steel trap.
You mean you went trolling for chicks and you got French ones?
Be quiet, Arnie. Anyways, they want us to show them the side. Is that right, girls?
Please!
Well,
Man.
quit drooling, you Neanderthals. After you, ladies.
You're the man.
You're definitely the man.
What can I say? I'm a
Babe magnet.
Not so fast, partner.
You ain't from France.
She's definitely not from France.
You are so right. I'm Mrs. Musk from the good old US of A. And I am also the official chaperone for these girls. And as such, I will not tolerate any hanky-panky. Get it?
Got it.
Good. Get it, boys, get it. And as for you, young man, you keep your hands off my girl. I want you all for myself. Get it?
Got it.
Good. And you ladies keep your hands off my little stud muffin. Understand me? Good. Then let's roll.
I have a very bad feeling about this.